Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite. Just continuing as we'll meandering through the sky. Bumblebig. It's been a couple days because I don't really record much over the weekend, so yeah, kind of forgot about that, but oh god, it's still funny. Anyway, slowly we meander through the sky. I wonder what people below see. Maybe they're spreading rumors of a UFO sighting as we head back toward the human realm. Finally, we returned home. I'm back. We're home! I wonder if Clarice is here. I look around and open my eyes wide. Everything's a mess! I wonder if we're the victims of a burglary. I turned around to Gil, who had a guilty look on his face. Sorry. I made this mess. What? Why? On the day you disappeared, I turned the apartment upside down looking for any hint to where you'd gone. And I kind of left things a wreck. Sorry, I'll clean everything up ASAP. You can go rest. I'll help. In fact, I want to help. I smile agreeably at Gil, and he blushes in return. This time, he didn't push back. He simply returns my smile with his own and nods. Yeah, let's clean up together. Look, growth. Yeah. Together. I love the sound of that 3-syllable word. It's important to take care and give care. I don't want to be overly pampered and constantly protected, though. That's why I'm so glad to be able to help Gil clean. See, and that's exactly it. That's why I hate his trope. Because it's like they're just overprotective and over-pampered. And it's just like, oh my god, you're clingy and needy. And again, you can't breathe, you might hurt yourself. I'll do it for you. Fuck the hell off. But Gil wasn't really that bad. So again, that was me being like, oh, I just can't with the carrot. And it's like, okay, Gil's really not that bad. And growth. Yeah, we'll do it together. Okay, good. You learned progress. Good. That's all. Yes. Gil is that trope done right. You know? Where, like, they're not, like, insufferable. He's still not my favorite, but he does have his moments where you're like, see, and I appreciate him for what he is. Anyway. This goes here, and that thing goes there. I help clean up the room one item at a time with Gil. As we work, I notice some documents I don't recognize. What are these? I flipped through and skimmed the documents just to make sure they weren't trash. I realized that it was Gil's work stuff. Gil Lovecraft, author of a soon-to-be published book? Gil, what's this? Huh? He takes the stack of papers from me and his eyes go wide, the love letter book. This is, Gil, this is amazing! You're going to be a published writer, an author! Thanks, but I'm still wondering if it'll go okay. Huh? Why? It's all just letters that I've written up till now. They think that I should publish them, but they're love letters I wrote to you. You're like, somebody else got to read all these letters and I didn't? Love letters? To me? Yeah, I have quite a lot of them, including all my drafts. You never read any of them? No, I haven't, but I also never received one. What? But I thought I gave you one in that textbook I borrowed from you back in college. Are you real? Very much so. But I don't have any memory of receiving a letter like that. Then I think about what Clara said. I was like, don't tell me she forgot. Okay. It's a letter Gil wrote as part of the matchmaking seminar. Did you receive a letter like this back in school? Nah, I don't remember something like that. Well, wait, hold on. I do think I kind of remember a really overbearing letter. Really? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I I remember. I got something like that back then for sure. Then I win our bet because that letter has to be from Gil. Wait, what? It was from Gil? I thought it was from someone at Cutie's Diner. Wait, really? Yeah, because it was already in my bag. Gil wouldn't have the guts to slip something into a girl's bag like that. Gil's words in my conversation with Clarice jogged my memory. I remembered one possibility. Back in college, I often lent my textbooks to Clarice. She often went out late, so she didn't come back home to get her own books. There were also loads of times that I lent them to Gil, who quickly passed them back to Clarice. In other words... Wait, you said that the letter was in a textbook? Yeah, it was that romantic psych one. The class that we had to use Professor O'Connor's book for. Professor O'Connor's romantic psych textbook? You stuck it in that? I sure did. Do you, remember now? I do. In fact, I frequently lent that textbook to Clarice. I often lent that book to both of them, actually. Gil always said he wanted to read it, and Clarice needed it for her supplemental exams. Once, she even mentioned a letter with no sender in her bag. She claimed it was from a Cutie's Diner customer, so she just tossed it, but she also said it was similar to your style. Hesitantly, I showed Gil the picture I took of his love letter. He slapped his hand to his forehead and heaved a sigh. So, that's what happened. Well, I should have known. You would never ignore a letter if you knew it was for me. So, none of my letters ever reached you. How many letters did you send, you crazy pants? I mean, okay, look, I still love Gil, but Jesus Christ! How many did you send? Unfortunately, that seems to be the case. For a moment, we stare at each other, then we burst out laughing. Somehow, we always end up taking the long way around when it comes to getting to the point, for serious. I looked directly into Gil's eyes. This time, I'd like you to deliver this letter to me directly. I want to read that love letter. The right answer is I want to read that love letter. I guess. But it's kind of funny because I feel like both of them are good. Like, this time I want you to deliver it to me directly. Would that be too embarrassing for him? Is that why? I don't know. I'd like to know what's in the love letter. Can you read it to me? Oh, that's it. Read it to me. That's different than hand it to me directly. It's read it to me, son of a bitch. Oh, sure. I did write it for you after all. I hope you won't laugh at what I wrote. It's all stuff from college. There's some embarrassing stuff in there. I promise I won't laugh. After all, you wrote those letters thinking of me, didn't you? I might laugh. I might laugh if we have to actually read this. I tilt my head as if asking a question. Gil blushes. Gil then goes and picks up a box from the corner of the room, looking quite sheepish. I couldn't risk the movers seeing what was inside, so I brought it myself. They're all in here. That's why you pack your own boxes. They're not going to open your boxes. I take the lid off the box. Inside are dozens of letters stacked up in piles. Love letter for you. And that's so cute. That's actually really cute CG, but it's a little cheesy. It's cute, but it's like a card. That's kind of adorable. It's here, look, I got an anniversary card. And I'm just thinking this giant box of love letters that he never sent. Wow. Wow. There's so many. Are all of these for me? Yeah. I only managed to attempt to give you one of them, but I'd write them anytime my feelings surged, which was clearly constantly. It's cute, and also a little sad. You're it's cute, a little overbearing, though, because, that's a lot of letters, but... I mean, writing down your feelings sometimes when you're angry, sad, or anything, you just write, and then you're all right, I feel it's cathartic, so I can kind of understand where he's going, but he saved them all, and you're and as someone who would do something like that, just angry, write everything down, and then be and now we'll just burn it and pretend it never happened, he saved them. Oh. That's amazing! Sure, okay. I pick up one of the letters and open the envelope. Inside was Gil's distinct handwriting and his love toward me. Like, you want someone who's like Gil, who's like just really in love with you, but like tone it down a lot. Okay? Just, I need you to take like 3 steps back. Because you're a little too much. Even for me. I love you. Oh, well, okay. I want to be with you. You have my heart. I want to protect you. I want to care for your every need. You're the only one for me. I can hear Gil's voice as I take in those words. Gil uses a multitude of phrases to express his love for me and to me. Love for me and to me. At times, he sounds like a poet composing a sonnet. Then he's straightforward and direct. Other times, he uses metaphors. Gil had an infinite amount of words for an infinite amount of feelings. The more I read, the more I could tell he treasures me. Or the more I read, the more I tell he treasures me. Okay. Present. Those words were just a drop in the bucket. And if what Gil said to me was a drop, then this is a flood of love. Truly, this was just the tip of the iceberg in terms of Gil's love. Beneath the surface was even more than I could see, which just sounds like, oh god, the weight. The warmth of his love enveloped me, and I felt so happy that I could cry. I almost did. I was almost gonna cry because it's a little overwhelming. Like, you're like, this is so cute. I'm a little afraid. Like, again, there's gonna come a point where he's gonna put you in a cage. I'm concerned, okay? I've never witnessed such dedicated, true love. I didn't know that love could be so earnest and pure, either. Gil, the lovelorn parasite. Gil, the man who was driven by his nearly infinite love to chase me all the way to Celestia. I mean, that was cute, don't get me wrong. But his love is what made me so happy. Oh no, I didn't want to make you cry. I guess this is kind of creepy of me, huh? No, it's just overbearing. No, that's not it. I'm just so happy. My tears plopped down onto the letter. Gil, I love you. I love you so much, and you gave me so much love in return, even though I never noticed. In the letter, Gil wrote, even if you never notice my feelings, I'll always love you. Which, I mean, is kind of cute. You're like, even if you never know, I'll just pine for you forever. You're like, no, it's also a little sad. But you know, it's sad. And I don't mean there's a little edge of that's a little pathetic. You need to move on. But you need the time to get over it. But you're just forever gonna pine. That's for someone who never loved you. I don't think they deserve it. Obviously, this is an Otome game, so it's different than reality. But it's still it's sad though, because you're she's never gonna love you, Gil. You could do better, but she was eventually going to. So no, but I have mixed emotions about this, okay? Because on one hand you're like, but it's an Otome game, and oh, it's so cute. And then on the other hand you're like, it's a little scary and overwhelming. I don't know. Can't quite sort out how I feel about this whole thing. Some moments, again, oh, actually, Gil's really not bad. Another moment, you're like, this is a little much, though. I'm going to need you to back off. And then you're like, no, actually, this is cute. You know what? No, back up again. I can't, I flip-flop way too much in Gil's route to just know how I'm not sure how I feel about this, honestly. That made the tears flow faster. Thank you for always loving me, no matter what, Gil. I'm sorry I didn't know how you felt about me. Spacey. Gil reaches out to me and cautiously wraps his arms around me in a gentle embrace. Where his hands touched, I felt warm. It was the warmth of my love toward Gil burning inside me. Of course, sweetheart. I didn't fall in love with you expecting something in return. Okay. I just loved you so much. I couldn't hold all of these emotions back anymore. I look up to see Gil's gentle gaze. I don't know how I feel about him calling me sweetheart. Normally you're okay, but for some reason when Gil says, it just seems weird. I don't know why. I don't know why when I read it, I was it's not he's, okay, honey. There's nothing about someone calling you sweetheart that's bad. At all. Especially if it was someone you were in love with. But for some reason, just the way Gil said, I don't know why. I was just maybe because I'm slightly uncomfortable right now. I don't want to be this way. There's nothing wrong with Gil, but I think it's just me personally. I'm you're a little overbearing and it's a little intense. And then, it's okay, sweetheart. I'm going to need you to stop. Meanwhile, if I was totally into it, I'd be pray, call me sweetie, honey, baby, sweetheart, cupcake, anything. Throw it at me. But because I'm just, I just flip-flop so much in Gil's right. Like 1 minute you're like, oh, Gil, he's actually really cute. Another one you're like, I'm uncomfortable. I don't, is that normal? Does anybody else get that feeling in certain routes where you're like, this route makes me uncomfortable? But in 5 minutes, I'm going to be like, no, this is actually really cute. I don't know. I do not know what is wrong with me. But I look up to see Gil's gentle, Gil's gentle gaze. Oh my God. His eyes radiate kindness and affection. He's got a fixated gaze that walks the fine line between love and lunacy. I mean, that's what it is. This is what it is. He's the fine line between love and lunacy. And sometimes you're like, oh, and other times you're like, oh. You just taught her. It's like trying to walk a straight line. Like, I can't do it sober or drunk. So, like, sometimes you're falling off into the love. Oh, it's so cute. It's wonderful. And the other time you fall into the crazy and you're like, oh, I'm scared. I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable. I'm in danger. I used to be intimidated by how he looked at me. I felt a little like prey. Exactly. But now there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Again, it's that you're like, I'm scared. And then, you know what? I'm happy. No, I'm not. Am I? I don't know. That sums up Gil's route. 100% of my feelings. Love and lunacy. Sometimes you're happy. Sometimes you're really afraid. Look, Gil, I want you to use these for your book. Then everyone can see how much love you have for me. Oh, that also makes me feel uncomfortable. And that still won't change my love for you. But if you feel that way, then I might actually consider using them. I'll even dedicate the book to you. It's just like having all that person's romantic words for you on the book. You're like, that's a little... Look, as someone who, like, puts things on the interwebs that anybody can see, there's a line. Like, and somebody else is like, these are my love letters to you. I just feel... It's just your romantic feelings, and, like... If you are married or something, people know that, like, oh, you are in love with that person, generally. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be like, oh, you can't hold hands because then we're perverts. Okay, we're not in Japan. Okay, we can hold hands. It's fine. But, you know, you're not going to, like, tongue down their throat in public. That might be a little bit much. But then, like, let me just put all the words and love and all my feelings into words and then publish a book. Some privacy. I don't... But also it's because Gil borders the line between love and lunacy, and I just feel like, I just don't know which... I don't know. Like, I'm in that, like, I'm on the lunacy side where I'm like, this is making me slightly uncomfortable. I don't know today. Like, today is just not, this isn't working. Again, the next chapter, 5 minutes from now, it'll be like, no, this is actually really cute. Like, I just... feel like I took crazy pills in Gil's route. And maybe I am on crazy pills because it's Gil's route and I wouldn't put it past him. I don't know. Gil smiles and bares his teeth in a huge grin. Once again, he's walking that fine line between love and lunacy. That should be his tagline. Yet, I love Gil so much that I feel like I'm walking that same line with him. I smile in return, yeah, and you're dragging me along. Gil, you'll always have eyes for me. Of course. So don't doubt my love for you. You're the only one in my heart in the whole wide world. Oh, cute kiss. Oh, with like a tear on her cheek. I'm like, what the fuck? The round tear on her chin is just a little awkward. You're like, why do you have like a rhinestone, like a pearl or something? It's supposed to be a tear, but it just looks weird. Gil's warm breath ghosts over my lips. That leads us to kissing again. I might overwhelm you with my love one day, but... I can't hold back now that I have you. I'm a little overwhelmed right now. Meanwhile, you busted into Celestia and kicked my dad's ass in a robot pig car flying contraption thing. And I was, like, down for that. I'm like, yes. I'm feeling your love language, Gil. But, like, now, with I'm going to publish a book here, now I'm a little worried. We kiss while he runs his fingers through my hair. Gil's kind eyes and earnest words haven't changed, even though he knows I'm Cupid. His eyes are as honest as when we had that blue cheese flavored kiss. No matter what happens between us, Gil continues to love me ceaselessly. I closed my eyes and felt love envelop me. Little by little, our kisses became deeper and more passionate. I wrapped my arm around Gil's neck. I wanted to demonstrate that my love for him could be just as strong as his own. I doubt that. I don't think your love will ever be as strong as his, no matter how hard you try. I just don't think it's physically, humanly possible for anyone to love anybody as much as Gil loves you. Well. Looks like Mission Love Cupid was a massive success. I played Cupid for those two. It was a pretty tough job, though. She never even looked like she was falling in love. But I'm glad to see them together. It looks like my job is done. Clara's secret. Goodbye, Gil and Spacey. I'm not into third wheelings, so I'm out. Take care, you crazy kids in love. So, like, we know she was something, but, like, what was she? I mean, I just have to guess, like, incubus, like, Alan. You know what I mean? Like, we have pink hair. Like, we're a goddess, but we have pink hair. And, like, Alan and Clarice both have, like, purple hair. And, like... And I'm trying to think, everybody else's hair is, like, natural colored. You know? And it's kind of like, but, like, Alan is an incubus. Clarice has some kind of secret, so if she was an incubus, which would explain why Gil was always getting horny when she was around, right? And having sexy dreams about us. And then... I thought they made a comment... Or was it, did Alan, someone said, I feel like there was a comment or something that made it almost like it's possible that we were an incubus, but we were kidnapped by the gods and then we're Cupid. And I mean, that works because whatever, we can breed love between people, whatever. And like, but we were kidnapped as a baby or something. Where did I get that thought from? Was there a line somewhere where you were like, wait, are we, and we don't know, and then like that's why we're like a goddess, but that would explain why we have pink hair, because it's like unnatural and you know what I mean? Like there's all the people that live like that are like magical beings, all have like rainbow colored hair, but like notice Mars, well his hair's like Jupiter / Peter doesn't. Our mother was just blonde. Like I was just saying, like incubi have like pink or purple hair and like that's supposed to be proof that we're one. I don't know. I'm just saying, right? Throwing it out there. Anyway, the day after returning from Celestia, I apologize for being absent without prior notice. I mean, our hair is like a pinky, like a purpley color. It's pink, but it's that color that's like people are like, this is purple, and you're like, that's fucking pink. It's got like a hint of purple. It's like in that, it's not like pink like our text box is pink, but it's also not really purple. That's like Sims purple. That's like the purple, like, here's your purple hair swatch. And you're like, that's like a pinky purple. It's barely purple. Stop. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, we could have been kidnapped incubus baby. And then, like, did Alan say something? I just feel like there was something somewhere. Why am I thinking that was ever a thing? You know? And that's why our hair is like a pinky purpley color. And then, like, you know? And that's why we're Cupid. But, like, Mars and, like, Venus aren't really our parents, but they're, like, our adopted parents because they, like, nah. I'm just saying. Right? I'm throwing this out there. And I feel like... And then Clarice is probably one, too. Like, anyway. I was prepared for the worst upon my arrival at the office. I even desperately bowed an apology to my boss. At the time I left the human realm, all I was thinking about was abandoning my life here for Celestia. But now that I have to live as a human being, I have to worry about things like my social standing and professional reputation. The first thing I offered up was an apology, but... You put in your time already. It's logged in the system. Huh? Actually, you're still technically off today, according to the records. My boss showed me a PTO request. Indeed, it said that I was returning to my parents due to familial matters. Clarice. No way. This can't be real. What the heck is going on? Who did this? Then I look at the handwriting and notice something. The letters have a slight tilt. This is definitely Clarice's handwriting. Who does that on paper? It's all fucking electronic. Come to think of it, there was a period of time where I couldn't contact Clarice. She also hasn't come home and she's not here. Can you end my PTO request for tomorrow? The issue with my family's been resolved, so I can return to work. Sorry, but no can do. You've been working too hard anyway, so you need the rest. I'll get yelled at if you don't, you know? I understand. I am sorry for getting on your case when you came all this way. That being said, don't come back until that date, okay? Apparently, I had an entire month off. I was in Celestia for quite some time, leaving me with one more week. Oh well, I've never had a day off since I started working for Cupid Corps. That's not true. You absolutely have, because your day off lined up with Gil. I know she means like a long like an actual vacation, not a day off, but come on. I was so focused on rising up the corporate ladder that I rarely took time to myself. I suppose I should just be happy for a break. Well, all right then. If you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way. I politely bow again and leave my manager's desk. But what's going on here? Why would Clarice request PTO without my permission or knowledge? Feels like she knew that I wouldn't be coming back home for quite some time. Clarice should be here today in systems development. I'll go ask her directly. It's like she just disappears and you have no idea what happened to her. But no one seems to remember Clarice working here. What's happening? For some strange reason, none of our coworkers remember Clarice working here. See, that's what happens when a god leaves, remember? I'm just saying. Clarice? Who's Clarice? Clarice Tia? I don't remember a member by that name. Do you have it right? Clarice Tia? Clarestia? Like Celestia? I'm just saying. She is Celestia. Look, people can become planets. Ugh, played that game. Even when I explain who Clarice is, all I get are confused responses and empty stares, which is just proof that she is some kind of supernatural being. I think we already knew that at this point. But also here because, you know, oh, hey, Clarice, like, what did they say? Like, oh, when we leave, we'll, like, leave people's minds. You know what I mean? And that was, like, Raoul, like, oh, snatched away! Like, spirited away. I want to get sued saying that. But you know what I mean? And it was like, oh, and then Gil was afraid, and now Clarice is gone, and everybody's forgotten her. We don't, because we're not human yet, but... Thankfully, there's some people who do remember, but... Clarice? Oh, you mean that super sexy chick? Yeah, I remember her because we slept together, but... Wait, was that real? Clarice! Huh, come to think of it, when she comes by, I always have wicked weird dreams. But I always wake up refreshed. Definitely didn't get this. Yeah. All I'm getting are these incredibly strange remarks. Weird dreams, strange dreams. They all sound like the dreams Gil told me about before. Anyway, it seems that Clarice had completely disappeared from Cupid Corps without a trace. The only clue left was all of these rumors about strange dreams from the male employees that remembered her. In fact, all of the female staff had forgotten Clarice completely. It's as if she was spirited away, just like how Raoul described it. That's how I feel like I am when I leave a place of work. People are like, oh, okay, well, who again? That I would also be that person. Remember so-and-so? Who? They worked with you for 10 years. Nope. They left yesterday? No, not a clue. I'm not good at remembering things. That's probably a problem. I do that, though. There's something like my brain just blanks people. I blank out people so I don't know what it is. But, like, it's like I see people at work sometimes. Like, when I used to go... It's going to be so much worse when we have to go back after 2 fucking years of not seeing people in person. Like, the people that you thought you knew were going to change after 2 fucking years, and you're going to be like, oh my god, I didn't recognize you. But also there's going to be people, oh my god, hey! And you're like, hi, why do I know you? I do that now. Well, I did that 2 years ago before I left work. Like, for working from home because of, you know, the pandemic, right? But if there would be people who'd be like, oh, hey, what's up? And you're like, hi, yeah, okay. And you're talking to people, and you're like, why do I know you? Like, you might recognize their face. You're like, I've seen them before. I recognize your face, but I don't know why. And you're talking to me like we knew each other. So, okay. But it's fucking weird. You know, like, have you ever had just a stranger come up and be like, oh my god, what's up? And they talk to you and you're like, oh wait, you're not Tom. And you're like, no, I'm not. And I had no idea. And you're like, but this is different because you recognize, you're like, I've seen your face before. Yep. I know I've seen your face, but I do not know why. Did we take a training class together? Did we used to run into the kitchen together? I mean, I've worked at the same place for like 7 years. So like, that's like, I could have met you 7 years ago, but they recognize you. Oh, hey, what's up, Spacey? Blah, blah. And you're like, I do not know your name, and I don't know why I know your face. You know what I mean? You're like, I don't know you. I need an adult. I need an adultier adult. I can't do this. Stranger danger. I don't know, it's fucking weird. It is so weird. This happened the other day, too. I'm not even gonna lie. A couple weeks ago or a month ago, I don't even know. Like, I'm on Reddit, and somebody posted a picture, and I forget what subreddit it was in. It might have been in Duolingo. I don't know. It was in something, and I saw this guy, and I was like, I know him, and I don't know why I know him, but I know his face. And I did the creepy stalker thing. I was like, let me go look at this person's profile. I'm like, why do I know? And I'm like, maybe I've seen them on something else. Maybe they post a picture somewhere. And they live in the same area as me. So I'm like, no, I definitely know you. I've met you before, and I don't know why. I didn't say anything. I didn't pose. I was going to be like, I know you, and I don't know why I know you, bro. Like, dude, how do I know you? Dude, we work at the same place, and that's why I recognize your fucking face. Were we part of the same friend group? Like, years ago when I first moved down here, and, like, that's where I met you. Like, I, like, hung out with some people, and then, like, I haven't seen them in years, but I'm like, maybe that's where I met you at, like, a meetup or something. But I'm like, I know this dude, and I don't know why I know him. And I was like, it's the creepiest feeling. You're like, it feels so weird because you're like, I know you, but I don't know why. It's almost like deja vu, where you're like, I've seen this has happened before, and I don't know what's going on, and I feel kind of freaked out. It's like weird, and it's just bizarre. It's worse when that person's talking to you, and you're like, yeah, so you're still working on the same team? Oh, yeah, with Tom. Yeah, I think I remember Tom. Yeah. You and Tom were best friends. Were we? I don't remember. Sometimes I feel like I've been body snatched. That's where you get those Mandela effect feelings. You're like, was that a different timeline me that you were talking to? Because I don't know why I know you. Or people know you and you don't recognize them at all. And you're like, I don't recognize you and you do know me. And I don't. Did we ever talk? Like, oh my God. Anyway, so, yes. Spirited away and replaced by a clone. Probably me. And you're like, I'm pretty sure I remember being myself most of my life. Anyway. And yet at the same time, when people talk to me that know me, that I'm like, I recognize you, but I don't know why. I might have been a prior person, and I'm not like a body snatcher, and I took over for the prior Spacey, because shit. And I can't quite get all of her memory. I don't know. This makes me wonder. I got rebooted in the Matrix somewhere. I'm just saying. This is like crazy shit. It's really just I have a bad memory for people. Like, I just forget people very easily, which is kind of sad. Anyway. According to our reports, people who were successfully spirited away seem to be forgotten by everyone who knew them. I cannot wait for Raoul's Row. Oh, and happy day. It is still December for me because I'm trying to record all this before Christmas. But the patch came out to fix Ryuki's route, so I guess we could have waited. I didn't think they were gonna get the patch before Christmas, but anyway, so Ryuki and Raoul's route are patched as of today when I booted up the game. Woohoo! So, yeah. I'm sure someone's gonna leave a comment on one of the prior parts and be like, oh, they patched the route! Yeah, I know. Bitch, I'm on Twitter! I saw that shit! But thank you. But yes, no, I know. Obviously. And, I mean, I would have known the second I opened the game whenever it would have downloaded the patch. So I would have found out that way. Anyway, but yeah. So I'm sure someone said that, and then here's me, like a month later being like, oh my God, we got a patch! Like, it's kind of fucking weird when you record shit in advance, but it's not even Christmas yet. And now it's, what, February probably at this point? Actually, it might be February now. Fuck. I don't know, because my book that I write all my stuff in hasn't come yet for next year. For next year's one, it's late, and so I've already written through up to and I can't start filling in February, so I don't fucking know what the hell date anything. I don't know what anything is anymore. Anyway, perhaps Claris is some kind of god. Nah, incubus. Yesterday on my way home, Gil mentioned that it was Claris who taught him how to access Celestia. Normal humans wouldn't know that kind of thing. Though Claris and I have always been on the same wavelength, too. Sometimes I get the feeling that Claris can see chi, too, even though he's supposed to be invisible to humans. but not incubi. Then there were those dreams Gil had whenever Clarice was home. He and all of those male employees said the same thing. I think I might have read something about a phenomenon like this before. Whether god or fairy or whatever, Clarice probably wasn't human either, now that I think of it. I should ask Auntie about this. I know I can't return to Celestia, but if I use my phone to contact her... In that moment, I reached for my necklace, but suddenly remembered that it was gone. It fell off after I fell in love. That's like your chastity belt comes off. Kind of. Hold the phone! I completely forgot about my golden arrow! That's right! I left the golden arrow back at the apartment when I rushed back to Celestia. I hate to think that it's gone. Even though I'm no longer a dad will descend down in another rage if he finds out. Lucky me, it's my day off today. Better hurry up and figure things out. I grab my bag off my desk and hurry back home. However... it's not here. Oh, right, Gil. Not here either. Oh, Clarice is shit. Gah, it's not here at all. I search every nook and every cranny at home, but nonetheless, I can't find that matchmaking arrow. What happens when a god, or even a former god, loses their divine artifact? I don't know what consequences I'll face. All I know is that I'll definitely get yelled at. Only the 12 Olympians and those above have that knowledge. The lower gods simply do as they're told. Oh gosh, what do I do? I was completely at a loss, but then I heard the front door open. I'm back. Spacey, are you home? Oh, Gil! I look at the clock and realize that it's around the time Gil would return home. I quickly run up to him to get to the bottom of things. Gil, do you know where that necklace of mine with the golden arrow on it is? You know, the one I was always wearing? My voice was thick with tears. Gil cried out in shock. He then glanced away anxiously. Well, oh gosh, sorry. I maybe used that necklace to power the car. The car? The car. We can take it to Hogwarts. Wait, what? I mean, it is a magic flying car. It's not a Ford Angelina, but it's okay. Gil took me out to the car he created to bring me back from Celestia. It's, right here. Gil pointed at the hood. The Cupid's bow was stuck on it like it was glued there. What? Why is it stuck to your car? Well, you see, I used the latent energy stored in this arrow as fuel to get me to Celestia. Actually, some pretty amazing chemical reactions occurred. However, they kind of fused the arrow with my car. It's funny, right? Meaning it won't come off? Exactly. Mind you, I did try messing around with it to try and remove it, but... Whoa! Why is it honking at me? Well, Bumblebee doesn't want me to remove the Cupid's bow. It's a sentient car he actually made like legit Bumblebee. Pardon me, but the car told you that? And this is where we should be on the lunacy line, like he's crazy. He's talking to his car, and I'm over here like, no, I actually enjoy this. This part of Gil, totally like, you made a car, and you're talking to, well, I'm down with it. This is making me enjoy your route. And then you get to, let me read it. Let me count all the ways I love you. Okay, I'm going to need you to simmer back down, and let's go talk to Bumblepig again, okay? Yeah, I don't know if it's because of the arrow, but sometimes it moves on its own and even talks to me through the radio. The absurdity! This game is so absurd! Wait, it can talk via radio? Hello! It really talked! Actually, I thought I would figure out why it can talk if you saw it, but I guess even you don't know why, huh? I didn't know that the Cupid's bow could do this. This is amazing! And it's kind of cute. I gently stroked the car and it honked in return. It really is a real-life transfer car, just like in the movies. I mean, I can kind of dig this because I drive a Transformer. Like, it's not exactly Bumblebee because I didn't get the yellow and black. I really was. I absolutely was gonna, but I didn't, which is probably good because, like, why I chose red, I don't know, because I hate red. It's my least favorite color. Really is, but I was like, nope, it's got to be red. Like, I really do believe that my car is the dad joke there. Nation pun. Reincarnation of my mom's old frickin' car, because I didn't know. I mean, maybe she had mentioned before that she had a 69 Camaro. I don't know. But, like, I didn't know it was red and white. And, like, when I was originally gonna get my car, I was gonna get the Bumblebee, I was gonna get yellow and black and everything. And all of a sudden I was like, no, red and white. And that's what my mom's, and I had no idea. And I'm like, yeah, I decided this is what I want. Mom's like, oh, that's what mine was. And I was like, what? And, you know, my car also, people like to hit me. People like to rear end me constantly. Twice. Okay. That's why I drive like an old lady in my freaking muscle car. Because I'm like, no, hurt my car. I love my car so much. She can't take any more fucking damage. Jesus. But people are constantly hitting my mom's car too. I don't know what it is about red cars. People just see them and they're like, angry. Like, the light is red, it means stop, and you would think a red car in front of you with brake lights on would mean stop, and that just means hit me harder? I don't understand. Jesus. You're not a cute anime Otome boyfriend. You don't get to hit me harder, daddy. That's not how it works. Anyway, Jesus, but, you know, so I get this nerdy part of Gil. I was like, no, I get this, and I like it. It strokes the inner nerd. Anyway. Wow, I guess this car really is your partner, Gil. It seems like it. That's why I don't think I can remove the arrow anymore. Is that okay? Well, to be honest, I'm not sure, but I think it'll be fine. Worst case, Jupiter will just come down and kick your ass and steal it, but whatever. Though I am a little worried. I'll text Auntie and see what she thinks about Cupid's bow and what to expect. If there's a problem, Lord Jupiter, or even Dad, might come down to the human realm and rip the arrow out of Gil's car. Wait, didn't you say you were working late today? Why did you come home early? I just missed you, and I said, fuck it. I told my job I'm taking an extra week off to be with you. And they said, fine. Really? No. But it sounded nice. Oh, well, actually, I explained how Clarice put in PTO for me and then just vanished. Gil looked confused. He's going to ask who Clarice is. Oh. I always thought he was going to ask. It's like she was spirited away. Come to think of it, when Clarice told me that you were Cupid, she suddenly vanished. What? Seriously? Seriously, maybe Clarice isn't human as you suspected. Still, she's your friend regardless of who or what she is. You're right. Even if Clarice isn't human, she's still a wonderful friend and is incredibly kind. That'll never change. Clarice had always been supportive of Gil and I. She even looked out for me and requested PTO so I could return at any time. And she did leave in Shelby's route. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna go on. I'm just gonna go backpack around Europe or some shit. And we're like, oh, okay, bye. And then we never see her again. And everybody forgets. Well, they didn't mention that, but she was just like, yep, it's time for me to go. And you're like, and you're hanging out with wait, you were hanging out with Alan. Wait. And then it's just like she was just gone, and you were like, okay. You're like, something about that's going to come out later, and here you go. This is the later. Then we're going to go back to Ryuki's route, and nothing's going to make sense anymore. But, shh, well, no. We're going to go to Ryuki's route. Oh my god, what if Clarice is like an incubus? We already fucking know. I don't know where Clarice is now, but no matter where she is, we'll always be best friends forever. Still, my PTO means I have another week of vacation. Oh, really? Oh, well then let's go on a date. I'm taking the day off tomorrow, so we've got plenty of time. Oh, really? I was asked about my absence, so I told them I made a whole car to rescue my beloved. Then I was told to take time off. I guess hearing something like that would be enough to make someone worry. And then he's like, want to see my car? And they come outside and they're like, you should probably still take time off, but only because you're a madman that you built a car in a matter of like a week. Okay, sure. Also, by the way, Clarice at least put the time in, but he just pieced off. Did he tell them he wasn't going to be there, but then he managed to keep his job? That's not how that's the most unbelievable part of this game. Not the building a flying car that talks to you, because, like, okay, I watch science fiction movies and action movies, whatever. The most unbelievable part now is that you fucking just pieced off without taking actual approved time off, and your job is just like, you know what, just take another day and relax, and like, whatevs, you're not fired. I'm just saying, your ass would be fired. So, Well, most people wouldn't build an entire car to go rescue their partner. And truth be told, if someone who didn't know the situation heard Gil say that, they'd probably think he was delirious. Again, fine line between love and lunacy. That company's full of strange characters. I just signed the contract for the love letter book. They'll handle all the design. Oh, that's excellent news. That's that's true. If we fire him, we can't get the money from Parasite. Yeah, we'll keep him on. It's actually kind of embarrassing. Everyone was so shocked when they saw the letters. It made me look like some big shot author. No, actually, they thought you were crazy, but sure. But even with all the fuss, I'm still happy. I've always loved putting pen to paper when it comes to my thoughts. I'm so happy for you, Gil. I'm so happy for you, and I'm scared for me. No, anyway. Thanks. Gil looks at me and quietly smiles. Our hands touch while resting on the hood of his car. Gil kisses me. Then the car radio bursts to life. Time for the 5 o'clock news! Oh. The sound of the radio surprised us and we jumped apart. Even though we've kissed so many times, Bumblepig's interruption made us feel so awkward for some reason, because you're out in public and you should be making on the hood of a car. What's up, Bumblepig? Things were just getting good, you know. The car's like, please do not make out on top of me. This is weird. I don't want to be I don't want to be part of your threesome. Wait, isn't your car's voice different from the voice earlier? Oh, yeah, it's the actual radio, but I think Bumblepig must have triggered it. The car honks its agreement, and everybody standing by is like, your car's annoying! I stroked the car again, and the radio volume increased. Next on the news! Galen Lovecraft of Lovecraft Industries, also known as LCI, has resigned from his post as VP. He held a press conference. Excuse me? Galen's resigning? What happened? We look at each other. Gil's phone buzzed and his expression grew tight as he looked at the screen. Who is it? It's my father. Gil's hesitance about picking up the phone is obvious from his glare. But in the end, Gil did the adult thing and answered the phone. Progress! Hello, Father. Hello, Mother. Greetings from camp. I'm just kidding, oh my god. 80s flashbacks! Anyway. Oh, Gil, I'm glad you picked up. Have you heard the news about Galen resigning as VP? I just heard the news on the radio. What happened? Well, It's not good to talk about this over the phone. Are you in Lost York at the moment? Yes, but I'm busy. I'm about to go out on a date. A date? Gil, I'm sorry, but this is an emergency. I'm in Lost York on business. We need to meet and talk. Pardon, but I said I was heading out on a date, Father. Were you listening? Gil responded with an irritated edge in his voice. Gil's relationship with his father is poor because he was a workaholic. That's why Gil left and might even hang up. Gil, I'll be okay. Do what you need to do. I whisper those words into his ear. Gil's lips puckered up in dissatisfaction and his irritated expression remained. But our date? Gil seems to become more childish when it comes to talking to his family. It's as if time is frozen for him. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to talk things through with your father's equals. I hope you can get through to him. He might regret leaving things as is if he doesn't take this chance to clear the air. Yet even if they finally see eye to eye, they can't make up for lost time. In a way, it's the same as Gil and I. Fine. Well, where are you right now? Right behind you. Excellent, I knew you'd see sense. I'm at the hotel restaurant on 9th Ave. Let's discuss things further over dinner. All right, but I'm bringing my girlfriend over with me, too. The phone clicks off while Gil was still speaking. Then he turned to me with irritation flashing in his eyes. I mean, his dad's being a bit of a dick, actually, but he's always like this. He just bulldozes through anything anyone... he just bulldozes through anything anyone that's not him has to say. And that's why I don't want to open up to him. He'll probably just ignore my feelings, insult me, and reject everything outright. And then I'll bitch slap him. You bitch slap my dad with your robot pig car. Plane pig robot plane pig car? Anyway, with Bumblepig. So I'll kick him with my pointy-toed shoes. I can empathize with that. I was much the same. I ran away from home to show up my stubborn dad. I nod my agreement, and Gil let out a soft laugh. But you were able to find equal ground with your own father after you beat him with a robot. So I'll try to do the same. Hopefully we'll meet in the middle. I didn't get the chance to finish saying it, but I told my father that you're coming with me. Do you mind? You tried to tell your father. He hung up on you, but whatever. Are you sure it's okay for me to be there? I want you to be there, and I want to introduce you to my father. I don't want him to decide who I can and can't love, too. Good point. Knowing Gil's father, he might already have someone in mind for him, depending on how things go. I gave up being a god for this man! You're not gonna marry him off to someone else, you son of a bitch! Even though he's a little crazy, and sometimes I'm a little concerned about our relationship and kind of question where I am in my life and why I'm doing this, but, still, you're not taking him away from me. Turns out human fathers and godly fathers are one and the same. Once they think they're right, nothing can change their minds. We're both still so young when we ran away from home to start our lives. We were both, sorry. But Gil and I have grown up some since then. Some. I think we'll be okay. All right, partner. Looks like you're coming with. Well, there's no one I'd rather go with then. We're off to meet your father. New chapter? Yep. New chapter. Baltimore love song. Gil drove us from 2nd Ave down to 7th. Thought he was on 9th. Here it is. According to his father, the hotel was a high-class establishment. I just came from work, so I was worried that I wouldn't fit the dress code. It should be okay. I mean, it's not like I'm wearing sneakers or anything. Even if it's a high-class hotel, formal attire is more the exception than a hard and fast rule. This hotel seems quite befitting of the LCI company president. I see why Gil's father chose this as their meeting place. Gil, I have to ask one more time. Are you 100% sure I should be here? Oh, why shouldn't you? Hey, you're my girlfriend and I want to introduce you to my family. Of course you should be here. And plus, I might need you to drag me out. Gil flashes an innocent smile. He's not nervous at all. Also, though, your father said I'm 9th, not 7th, so where the fuck are we 2 blocks away? I'm just saying! Game, get your numbers straight. Well, regardless of his relationship, he's still an LCI heir. I suppose he's used to places like this. Maybe I should be just as brazen too. I tried to relax when I heard a honk behind me. Not now, Bumblepig. Everyone around is watching. You need to stay put in the parking lot and wait for us. Gil whispered that to him, then handed the car keys to the hotel attendant. But Bumblepig went and moved itself. Seems that it's going to park all on its own. That's fucking awesome, though. Look, Gil, I will deal with your crazy weirdness and the lunacy line that you're kind of off and on because you basically have Bumblebee / Kit from fucking Knight Rider. We just have a magic car. I don't know. I would love that. Okay, Bumblepig, you drive. I'm gonna take a nap. I would love it if my fucking car actually drove her damn self. Listen, it'd be so much easier. I thought there'd be an uproar at seeing a driverless car, so I look around anxiously. Unfortunately, it seemed the doorman for the hotel was already taking notice. Pardon me, esteemed guest, but what was that exactly? And nothing. Our driver's just rather short, and no need to worry. Anyway, I need to get to the top floor for an appointment, please. Yes, sir. Right this way, sir. The doorman offered an awkward smile before turning and walking off. We were going to hand our keys. We'll be like, I'll just keep those spare keys. Huh? Gil and I looked at each other and barely hold back our laughter as we follow after the doorman. Our driver doesn't want anybody else in his driver's seat but me. He only likes my ass. Sometimes hers. We arrive on the top floor at the restaurant. Gil gives his family name and we're taken to the best seats. Upon his arrival, Gil's father ecstatically shook his hand. Son, how have you been? I don't remember the voice I gave Gil's father 5 minutes ago, so whatever. Fine, father. I see you've brought Mom as well. Oh, good. Mom, too. Oh, Gil, how are you? Are you taking care and eating a balanced diet? Yes, I promise I am. I'm glad you're doing well, Mom. By the way, who's this young lady, Gil? I already told you on the phone. She's my girlfriend, and we're practically engaged. What? I mean, actually, I shouldn't be shocked, because you basically did beat my father with a robot pig car. And that was basically like a proposal. You kind of already said you wanted to marry me and shit then. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, yeah. Gil isn't holding back how he's feeling, which made me nervous. Cautiously, I introduced myself to his parents. I'm Cupid. I'm just kidding. It's lovely to meet you. My name is Spacey Mirror. As Gil said, we're dating since yesterday. Oh, you've been dating. I see. Gil's father stroked his beard nervously and started glancing about the restaurant. On the other hand, Gil's mother bowed and had a gentle expression. She stayed quiet as if out of consideration for Gil's dad. Gil's father looks at me and was about to speak when Gil interrupted him. So why did you make Galen quit? Getting straight to the point, huh? Gil's father heaves a tired sigh, then looks at his phone. Galen eloped. He eloped? With who? With a childhood fiancé of his. We chose her because she's from a good family and has a solid understanding of cars. Does that mean Galen was worried about not liking cars? Did he finally open up to his fiancé and decide to live life for himself? Gil seems to have the same idea as me. We look at each other and know right off the bat that this isn't a good situation. But it's good as the former real deal Cupid to see two souls who are tied by fate unite once again. Still, I wonder why Galen didn't talk to his father. Did he elope because he thought talking things out wouldn't help? Or, like Gil, did he think it would be meaningless to try? The funniest part is like, he eloped with that childhood girlfriend we arranged for him to marry. How dare he? This is bad? How? I mean, you wanted him to marry her. He did marry her. I'm sure, like, I mean, he eloped looks weird, but, you know, he eloped. I'm just really confused as to so fucking weird. Decided he should marry this girl, and he fell in love with her and then eloped with her. How dare he? Must be because you didn't get to have a big hodgy-podgy, like, schmooze fest wedding? Is that? Because, like, you wanted him to marry her and he fell in love with her. We arranged this marriage and he had the audacity to fall in love with the girl? What? Rich people, man. Fuck, it's like a whole other planet. So, what's Galen doing now that he's quit? That I understand. Galen quit! What? Yeah, he was like, fuck this shit, because he hates cars. That makes sense. Galen is still in Baltimore. He said he plans to open up a burger shop and has already rented property. How cute. His parents must be pissed. A burger shop? I hope he makes good milkshakes there. Sounds fun. A burger shop? Actually, he said that he's always hated cars and that he wanted to open a burger shop since he was young. It's his dream. I do not understand dreams. What is this word? I feel like Gil's father should have... Oh, I do not understand dreams. Anyway. He resigned before consulting me and just emailed me afterwards. He left me with little say in the matter. Well, you know, bravo for him for that. Galen even said his fiancée agreed to things. I wonder how he tricked her into siding with him. It's called love, dude. I'm ashamed to call him son of the Lovecraft family. That's why I... Ashamed? Ashamed? I think you should be proud of Galen. He's finally following his own dream. And what do you mean by tricked? Do you really think Galen is forcing his fiancée to submit to him like that? Of course! Galen knows I chose that girl specifically because she understands cars. You know how your brother can be. Gil's father says that so matter-of-fact that I can't believe it. His words only make Gil even more enraged. Good for Gil. You know what? If this is where your crazy is gonna come out, I'm mad at you, Dad. Okay, good. Use it on your dad instead of me, where, like, you're angry at me because I walked outside and got wet in the rain and I might die, so you're gonna put me in a cage. Like, I'm just saying. That's usually where the crazy anger goes. In me direction, and I end up in a cage. So if you're gonna get angry at your dad for being this is better. This is a healthy expression of being angry, because your dad deserves it, not me. For getting wet in the rain. I'm just saying. No, you're absolutely wrong, Father. Galen's always been worried about how much he didn't like cars. Don't you get it? He forced himself to try and like cars for the sake of his fiancée. He even came to me for help. Galen would never trick her. I know he spoke honestly with her. I'm sure Galen's fiancé chose to support his dreams and his happiness. You won't doubt him. Pat him on the head. Good supporting your brother. Galen doesn't love cars. Don't be ridiculous, Gil. He's a Lovecraft. Galen was doing quite well as the vice president. He was silently suffering because of it, Father. Galen came to see me countless times about it. Can't you even try to understand? Gil, as long as you bear the name Lovecraft and belong to this family, we have a duty to build upon our ancestors' traditions. This kind of bullshit. Like, look, when you have a family-run business, you have to, like, I made a family business. I made a mom and pop shop. Great, cool, mom and pop. We have burger shop, and your kids don't want to run it. You just have to accept that. Not, well, we had kids, so they would do. Look, this isn't like the 1500s. You don't have kids to run the farm. Well, I had kids to take over my family business for me. What? That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works anymore. You don't need to have 13 kids. Because you're not going to die in it. You're going to be like, well, we got to have 13 kids because half of them are going to die in infancy. No, they're probably all going to live if you get them vaccinated. So, like, hey, this isn't, like, well, it is plague time, so I can't really say that anymore. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, we have health care now, and, like, chances are people are going to, like, better lives, live longer, and we're not going to, like, die at 26 anymore. Like, no matter what you think, 26, well, I'm so old, I'm dying. You're not really going to die. It's going to get worse. You're just going to get older. Okay? Age. Just, if you think you're old now, wait. But, like, you know, so you don't need to have 45 fucking kids because, well, only half of them are going to survive. And you don't need to have kids because we got to have someone to run a farm. That's not how it works. You don't breed for for someone to take over after you. It's not how it works. Oh my God, what is wrong with people? We're supposed to be getting smarter, but, like, people still do the same stupid shit. Like, well, I had kids because then they would take over my family business and I pass on my family name. It's a name! What the fuck? I have to spread my genes. Ugh, gross. What the hell? You can't get rid of those weird, base, creepy animal instincts in people. You can't breed it out. Just, good lord. You'd think there was some logic, but nope. Nature just kind of takes over with weird shit like that, you know? Must have children so they can take over the family business. That's what we've done for generations. Did you want to do that? It's what I was expected to do. Well, that's fucking dumb. It's 2021, bro. The fuck? Anyway. Like, people are fucking weird. I wish I was an alien. I'd be like, people are dumb, yo. Like, humans. You're all crazy. But yet, nope, here we are. Anyway. LCI is 4 generations old. I'll not allow it to end with me. I don't know, his voice keeps changing, but like, whatever. Galen should be honored to be my successor. What's there to hate? Aside from you? You see, this is why we left home. All you ever think about is LCI and work. You never think about how we might have felt. Especially because Gil's like, I just wanted to fall in love and be happy, but I also really love cars, so I totally would have been happy taking over as long as I could marry whoever the fuck I wanted. How dare you! I work hard for this family. You might say it's for the family, but you completely ignored us and Mom. Lovecraft? Ha! You've never crafted any kind of love. I like how that's the theme of Lovecraft for them. Like, crafting love. I'm like, all I'm thinking is, like, Cthulhu and Eldritch gods every time. So, like, we got different paths where our brains go. H.P. Lovecraft, come on. Mom always looked so sad and lonely, even when I was a kid. I never said anything, but it's true. I know we're over time, but that's because I talked a lot, so we're just gonna finish this. I swore that I'd never be like you. I want to take care of the people I claim to care about. And that's why I left home just like Galen did. Gil's father goes silent, at a loss for words. It seems this is the first time he's heard why Gil left home. Everybody else is like, also hearing this because, you know, this is a loud conversation in this fancy restaurant. Everyone's like, shh, no, just listen. Gil, sweetie, is that what you really thought? Are you seriously telling me that that's the reason why you left home, entered Lost York University, and never came back? It is. I swore to live my own life for the sake of love. I didn't want family tying me down. But now you're gonna marry me and we're gonna have a family that's gonna tie you down, but with love, not with obligation, I guess. So, that's why. And all of a sudden, he's like, oh, I totally understand, and we're gonna change Dad. I love how games just do this. They're like, let's just make everything magically work. You're like, this, no. Gil would get disowned. Gil's father's eyes go wide. He holds a hand over his mouth and sighs loudly. So, it seems that you and Galen are determined not to follow my path, after seeing what it's made of me. I understand. So, that's why... Gil's father looks down. He seems to be more regretful than disappointed. It's funny because, like, he was so angry about everything and now he's regretful, like, instantly, just because Gil was like, we left because you, like, are a workaholic. Oh, the error of my way. It's so... look, I mean, I guess we don't have 17 chapters to tie up the story, but it's still a little like, huh? I mean, okay. After a long stretch of silence, Gil's father finally spoke. I feel like they could have just had, like, him, like, go talk to his father, not have this, and then, like, have a wrap-up part where, like, oh, you know, after working it out and talking and, you know, spending some time discussing, it took a little while, but Gil's father finally understands this, and then this happens. So that, like, they just explain to you kind of what happened instead of, like, you're all ungrateful, we have a history to uphold. Dad, we just want to marry for love. Ah, well, I understand the error of my ways now. Because this makes no fucking sense. You know what I mean? It would have just been better to get, like, summed up, like, a couple sentences. Like, they talked for a while, and they had long discussions, and eventually, like, Gil's dad understood where he was coming from after a long talk. Because, like... So, I suppose I was just forcing my ideals on my children all this time. He looked bewildered, but also sorrowful. He quietly closed his eyes as though he couldn't understand his children. I see. So, Galen didn't even like cars. That's the part that hurts him the most. So fucking random and, like, almost pointless. Ooh! Gil's is agape, and we are... What are we? Oh my god, no way! Best love match! Oh, no! This is the perfect place to end this part, though, because we're way over time. And so this means we're going to get our last chapter. We're going to start our next chapter, I'm assuming, after this. And then that'll be our last chapter and our ending. So we'll do that in the next part. So it might not be a long part. But, you know, anyway. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up. And subscribe to see more.